everyone. Welcome to episode 10 of Beyond the Forecast. I'm meteorologist Rob Lindenmuth, joined by my colleague, Kevin Appleby. It's been a little bit. It seems that way anyways.
It has.
We've got a lot to talk about this week. I think here's our kind of rundown here. We had some snow. I think, yeah, just a little bit.
Largest storm in 5 years.
We've got some later sunsets to talk about. I'm sure that will put a lot of smiles on a lot of folks' faces, especially with how cold things have been. Average temperatures are on the rise. Doesn't mean that Mother Nature's going to follow suit, but we've got that to discuss. That'll be kind of fun. And Groundhog Day, the best day of the year. We find out if we're going to have longer winter or if it's going to be a early spring. Even though I think it's all the same. I mean, 6 weeks more of winter, I don't know anyways. But it's always fun. It's always fun to play along with that. So we're going to discuss all of that. But before we get to that, obviously many of you probably already know, we did unfortunately lose a member of the WTEN family a couple weeks ago. Most of you know Steve Caparizo. His wife, Lisa, unfortunately lost her battle to a very short illness. So, Kevin, I know it's been tough for all of us. You know, we know Cap is grieving, but all of us here at News 10 are really grieving this loss. I don't want to monopolize, so if you have anything, we've got a couple pictures here.
I mean, just like the two of them together. I mean, we all know Cap is a tremendous person, but somehow, like, in Lisa's presence, it just elevated him. And I mean, they were a match made forever. Like, it's incredibly heartbreaking, the news, and my heart still hurts, you know. And a lot of great memories. There's always fun hanging out with Lisa and Steve, of course. I'm glad we had those moments. We should have had many more, but I will forever cherish the memories like this. This was such a fun night at the tailgate. One of many. One of many,
definitely. This is also.
Yep.
This is one of my favorite pictures of the three of us.
Hey,
this was my birthday last year, and
that was fun.
It was a fun night. And Lisa is the reason why it was a fun night. She made sure that we had a good time. Kevin, I know you were there. A bunch of folks from News 10 were there, and I'll never forget when I told her I wanted to have this party and to have a few people out, and she's like, you know, how old are you turning? You know, is it a milestone? And I told her, and she's like, well, what are we having a big party for? It was the funniest thing, but she still went above and beyond to make sure that was a fun night, and I think so many people had so much fun that night.
Talk about spearheading the whole retirement party for Steve. You know, Steve was kind of like okay with not doing that. That's just the type of man.
And she made sure he had a surprise party. And let me tell you, keeping that a surprise was tough.
That was a tough. I mean, I also remember the Cap's last forecast, and I went to go pick up Lisa, and we kind of blitzed Steve with oh, by the way, we're taking you out.
We're
after
going
this.
out. Yeah, I'll never forget. Because she's like, he kept talking, and she's like, all right, the boys would like to take you out. Are you gonna wrap it up here?
And he kept asking her, where's your car?
Yeah,
where's your car? Yeah, that's out front, sweetie. It's
this was her birthday in the summer. That was a fun night too. Steve made sure that it was a good birthday, you know, and there were a lot. I mean, you could tell. Just look at the smiles.
Yeah,
you know, there was so much happiness with the two of them. I know I've been saying it on social media all week, last 2 weeks really. They truly were soulmates. You know, as close as you can possibly get to being soulmates. And you know, I see them as parents to me in the Capital Region. So to see Steve as hurt as he is, he's got every right, but it just hurts. It hurts to see him that upset.
Oh, it's the worst.
And you never get over it. You never get better. It just gets different. You know, my cousin said that about my grandmother's passing a couple years ago, and that's just kind of stuck with me. Mm-hmm. It just gets different. So we're going to take these pictures full screen. I think there's one more. And this was at the Bestie Awards, I think, last year. Christina Arangio took this picture. Again, just exuded with happiness. Always had a smile. Always willing to take your phone call. help you with whatever you needed. Kevin, I think we got to go to break because otherwise I'm going to start crying.
I'm just, we're all better for knowing her.
Yes,
so.
Absolutely. Rest easy, Lisa. We love you. Well, welcome back to Beyond the Forecast. I think, Kevin, we're going to dedicate this episode to Lisa Caparizo.
100%.
I think that's something we can do as we kind of get rocking and rolling and start talking about some of the weather. Well, we saw a little bit of snow. I think some saw a little more than what they wanted to see. This was kind of a tough forecast. We said it leading up to it. All the models converged on a historic storm, really. Thankfully, that never came to fruition, but most areas did see a little bit less than what we anticipated. I know the official at the airport was 12 and a half inches. Driving around, I think there's a little more than that. I think I ended up with 14 or 15 inches of snow in Cohoes, so I wouldn't be surprised if there was a little
downtown, more. Downtown, you're taking that at the airport, way up the road. Downtown looked like it had. I'm sure all the workers might argue for a little more, but they definitely weren't arguing that it was 18.
No,
so it was still short. But yeah, you mentioned it. Biggest snow for Albany is since 2020. So it's been quite some time.
And that's just it. It wasn't as big as we thought, but it was a big storm. And this now puts us to our almanac here. I mean, for the average for the month, we should be at 13.8. I think for all of January, we only averaged like 15.6 or 7 inches of snow, I think, for the month.
Rob, you remember when the obs and average were identical when you were looking this over yesterday?
Yeah, this was on Tuesday that we were. And so last month for December, we ended the month 18.8 inches of snow.
Yeah, how do you like that?
And the average was 13.3. When I was adding this up for January, we had 18 inches, and the average through that time was 13.3. And I was like, something's weird here, but that's how it was.
What are the chances?
Yeah, crazy.
The season.
Yeah, the season. I mean, 44.5 inches of snow, average through this point on Wednesday. We're recording this on Wednesday, is 30 inches. And we looked at some data yesterday, and that showed us that this time last year was like 22.4. So we've seen about double.
Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, Rob, but we already have more total snowfall this season than last year.
Last year for sure. I think we were around 40 or 40.
It's close.
Maybe 44, somewhere around there.
But we're more. We got a ways to go.
It's been a couple of years, I think, that since we've been close to average. I think.
Or above?
I'm trying to think. Above average, I don't know if that's happened since I've been here.
Dang.
But pretty close. I mean, we've been close to average because we've had the big storms, 2019, 2020. But then the rest of the season really was kind of lackluster.
Quiet.
So, and it's been cold. It has been so cold. We've been doing some data as far as 0 degree days. You got to go back to what? I think the most recent, well, I don't have the sheet that I was doing numbers, but the biggest that stands out was 2014, 2015. There was 20 days where low temperatures were below zero.
No.
The average is 10. So like that was significant. After today, this is Wednesday, we're at 3. It seems like so many more. And I do think
we're going to
be adding to that. Tonight, Wednesday night might be another one. Thursday night's going to be another one. Friday night's going to be another one. Saturday night has the potential to be another one. So, the chill is just not going anywhere, especially now with the snowpack.
Makes sense that they come in bunches too.
Exactly.
The snowpack involved.
Exactly. Especially once you get, a foot plus. This is fresh, fluffy
powder.
Considerably deep snow.
Yeah.
It was almost like sand. It was so weird.
It was so depressing.
I remember shoveling it.
Where are these bigger flakes?
I'm like, it's not heavy, but it's also being moved like it made the sound like sand. It was weird. It was kind of a weird snow.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Here's the regional snow, if we can get to it. I think a couple weeks ago we showed you this, Kevin.
Yeah.
And some areas had a deficit.
Yeah, I think if I recall correctly, either one of or both Buffalo and Syracuse, which
Buffalo
is
had the
crazy.
deficit. Syracuse, I think, may have been still above, but maybe not by much.
Not by almost 40.
No. Yeah, everywhere in the Northeast, the climate sites that we look at, above average. That yellow bullseye, North Syracuse, I did do a pixel query on it. I was trying to get an actual observed, and I don't know where to get that data because there's no climate sites there.
Yeah.
270 inches. I mean,
it's a different life, man.
Yeah.
It's a different life.
It wouldn't surprise me if there's areas that are closing in on 300 inches of snow already this year. The lake effect this year has been prolific. And I wish I would have put the Great Lakes ice map in here.
Yeah.
Because as of Wednesday, Lake Erie is almost completely frozen over now. So that's really going to kind of throttle the lake effect from Lake Erie.
Oh, yeah.
Still a lot of open water over Lake Ontario.
Oh, yeah,
though.
that's not going to slow down too much.
The upper lakes still have a lot of ice as well. So, I mean, they're all running above average for this time of the year. So, just goes to show the caliber of cold that we've had. I mean, it's been sustaining.
That's the most impressive part about it, in my opinion, is that it's not, you get these cold days in winter. We're not saying they shouldn't happen. Matter of fact, we'd be saying, why hasn't it happened if it didn't happen?
Exactly.
But the fact that it's just been so many in a row or so many different,
and so much below average.
Maybe you get 3 or 4 days in a row, you get a little bit of a reprieve, and then it's right back to being frigid.
And it's not like we're like 20 to 25. That is like, okay, this is typical winter, But the days in the teens.
Single digits.
And overnight lows well below zero. I mean, it's just.
Wind chills.
It's been brutal. It has been brutal. I don't care what folks say. People at home are like, well, this is a typical winter. It's not.
No.
It's kind of not.
It doesn't mean there hasn't been any like this. It's just been a long time.
It's been a long time.
I'm like, I'm seeing some that they comment about this year in like the 1960s. Yeah. I'm like, okay.
That's what they were saying with the wind chills last week. And I'm like, that's great.
A lot of people haven't experienced that.
I'm not saying that that's not true.
Like the overwhelming majority have not experienced, like if you've lived here your whole life, there's several generations at this point that haven't had that. So it's like an uncharted territory for them, for us, for example.
Yeah. It's just not fun. It's not fun. That's just, and I know, and this is going to sound funny.
Oh boy.
I know people like winter, and that's fine. People like the snow, but I've seen people saying that they have loved this winter because of the cold.
I don't know.
I question whether that's true because I don't know. I think anybody in their right mind would be like, this is a little much.
A little much.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that. I think it's going to make, there's going to be no better day than when we get that first, 55-degree sunny day.
I was going to say 40. I'm okay with 40 degrees.
Yeah, the goalposts are moving. I mean, that'll feel great on its own. But, I mean, imagine 50 right now out there.
No.
Oh, my goodness.
No, because everything would be melting and muddy paws.
Okay, take that part out. You can't take that part out.
No, you can't.
I'm just saying.
Everything would, that would just be a mess. I am concerned. I do just want to make mention of this. We are concerned about the potential for ice jams this year.
Definitely.
Last year was cold, but it was kind of a gradual meltdown. So we hope that this year will be a gradual meltdown as well. It would be not good if all of a sudden the temperatures spiked, stayed there, and we got rain. That we do not want that.
Don't get a cutter.
Obviously, we're not saying that any of this is going to happen. But when you have a winter with the sustaining cold and all the snow we've had, it just gets you thinking that there is potential for something like that. So obviously we'll keep our eyes on it. There was a ice jam yesterday up in Herkimer County, but not the typical, not from melting. I forget how the Weather Service worded it. It's a more rare type of ice jam. So, but of course we'll keep you updated on it. I was surprised last year we didn't get ice jams. But I think it's because we had the gradual meltdown. And we didn't have as much snow either. I think that was the difference. So,
yeah, March was odd last year.
Yes.
I think we got 1/10 of an inch of snow in Albany. Something crazy like that, yeah.
All right, so we're going to take another break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the days getting longer. And we've also got temperatures on the rise, at least climatologically speaking. Don't go away. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Beyond the Forecast. Kevin, have you noticed? Well, I don't know what time you go to bed.
Not that early, Rob. Not that early.
Have you noticed it's been staying lighter later?
100%. I mean, yesterday I went outside. So this was Tuesday. I went outside at like 5:35.
It was still.
Listen, I'm not saying it was bright.
No,
but it was. It wasn't pitch black.
Exactly.
And I'm like, finally.
Well,
finally.
the sunsets finally got through a threshold here. We're finally beyond 5 p.m.
Yep.
Sunrisers are still just after 7 a.m. So
yeah, they're a little slower to react.
A little bit of a lag there.
And you know, the thing about the mornings, and it's why we're kind of focusing on the sunsets here, is that they do make some progress here over the next 5.5 weeks. But then, of course, we set them back when we spring ahead. So we get to like 6:18, and then we bring it. Sorry, we get to 6:20, and then we set it back 58 minutes the day because you're gaining like 2 minutes.
But also, I think we start to really gain in the morning late spring. I think that's more of a
April,
May.
It's kind of crazy how fast it happens towards the solstice and just after as well. Because I mean, you get an extended stretch where it's like 5:20, 5:25 in the morning.
That'll be nice. Listen, I've started a workout routine. I'm waking up early.
Yeah.
Waking up in the dark to do a workout is like, ugh.
I just like it in June because like when there's the shift that I start at 5 a.m.
I'm like, got the web cameras. You're able to use web cameras.
No, I'm like, when I come in tag team with Matt, it's already starting to brighten up on my way into work. I'm like, that's such a luxury for like the month I have it. But anyways, we're not there yet. We got a long ways to go, but there's some progress being made here. I mean, you know, if you're watching this on Thursday, the sunset is about 5:04, and in just 2 weeks, it's up to 5:23. So you're going to start seeing those little hues of light still around 6 o'clock. In just 2 weeks. It's just
look at it in a month.
Just encouraging. In a month, 5:40, and then 6 weeks, that's going to take us post time change. We're already knocking on the door of 7 p.m. sunsets. So we're really going to make progress quickly. We've already made some decent progress, but not only are we gaining about a minute each night, slightly more than a minute each night. Notice every 2 weeks we got 19 minutes in the next 2 weeks, then 17 minutes, then another 17 minutes. But also in the total daylight, we go from 9 hours 52 minutes today to almost 12 hours just before the solstice. So
we're gaining almost 2 full hours.
Oh yeah,
I
mean this is going to be huge. And guess what? That the sun is undefeated in warming us up. I know how cold it is right now, but when you have the days as long as they're going to be, it's only a matter of time.
Okay, I'm glad you said that because I'm like, there's been a couple days where the sun's out and we're stuck in the single digits.
If the sun's out for 12 hours in a row,
there you go.
Not much can happen.
You got to have the longer days for that sun to really get going.
It's been tough. We're trying to find some reasons that it's been so brutally cold. I got in Wednesday morning and I was just like, I need to manifest the warmer conditions. I know there's businesses that want it to be cold for longer. I'm not trying to but I think with how cold it's been,
I think the ski resorts they can make the snow even if it is a little bit warmer. I think they have been doing phenomenally this year. I don't know for sure because I haven't spoken with any. But it's been cold enough that even if we're not getting the snow, they're able to make it. So.
And what's fallen has been powder.
Yes.
It's been, there hasn't been that wet snow. Maybe once.
Maybe once. I do think there was a wetter storm, but that was nothing.
There wasn't a lot of accumulation either.
Yeah, maybe like 2 or 3 inches or something.
Powder.
Yep.
So
Kevin, you also want to mention that the temperatures are on the rise. That's something that I think a lot of folks, especially with this Arctic chill.
Yeah, it's just a start, but
yes.
This week the average high increased for the first time in 6 months. And what I mean by that is, we obviously in the fall, average temperatures plummet very quickly, but then you get into December and January, and it's just a very slow decline. You go from like 38 on December 15th to the freezing mark a month later.
That's wild.
So again, it's a very slow descent, but now we're starting the very slow ascent. And we're up to 33. We're still going to be 33 February 1st. But then the rate at which we add on to that is going to really start to go up as we get closer to March. Notice by the middle of February, 36. Listen, I know that's so cold, and I know we could still have our fair share of cold days.
36, though, is warm.
It's
from what we've had, 36 is comfortable.
Well, here's another point I like to make, and this is kind of why I make such a big deal out of this personally. When you're 15 degrees below average so frequently, chances are you're going to see a pendulum shift and swing the other way.
Well, Yes.
No, I know.
But
You're,
I feel like November was cold, and
Right.
we've been waiting for that pendulum to swing back
No,
the other way, and it hasn't.
That's very valid, but I'm saying like it's only a matter of time until we get above average temperatures, and when we get those above average temperatures, we're not too far away from average being 36.
Yeah.
So when we get that little push of above average air, which is inevitable,
We could be talking 40, 45.
or more,
or warmer. Yeah, this time, especially as we get later into February and into March.
I'm not saying we're going to get record approaching stuff, but you start looking at the records. They start climbing through the 70s as you get it through February and into March. You just know you're opening
records.
the door. You're opening the door for the warmer day.
Yeah.
Which we or even the mild day. We just want the mild day. Is that clearly it's been too much to ask.
It's too much to ask. Mother Nature says absolutely not.
I think we had one day that was in the 50s, and it was at 9 in the morning.
Yeah. Yep. I think that was the day. I was sick that day, so I never even got to enjoy it.
You remember it so fondly.
I don't even remember.
Got to open the windows.
Oh, it was
Fresh
ridiculous. One more graphic before we go to break. Obviously, we're getting close to the end of, we have 1 full month left to go for meteorological winter. February can still be a brutal month. I mean, obviously, as Kevin just detailed, the average temperatures are going up. 36 is the average temperature during the month of February. For the high temperature, I believe. I believe these are high temperatures.
Yeah, has to be.
Oh, that's the high and the low there is right there. I thought that was precip. 17.6 is the average low. We do average almost 14 inches of snow in February. And if this winter has taught us anything, be prepared for anything as we go through the month of February. February can still bring some big storms, even March.
Yeah. And going back to what I was saying on the last graphic, I'm not saying we're done with brutally cold conditions. I'm just saying as the averages climb.
2015. Just saying.
I don't, because I was probably 14.
2015
I was probably in 7th grade or 8th grade.
Brutal.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, continue.
Yeah, well, it's not that we're going to just completely abandon. They just get less likely.
Yeah.
And, pretty quickly, they can become almost impossible. So, only a couple weeks, and we get past, what's, you look at the record lows right now. In the middle of January, we have, minus 26, minus 28.
Yep.
That's not the case through February, generally. You get into the teens, and by the end of the month, probably some minus 8 or minus 9. It gets less likely to be brutally cold.
This year, we might be breaking. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, we don't know. And if all this snow melts away, there goes our cold nights.
Now, my question is, does this mean summer is going to be above average? Because every August since I moved here, it's been cold.
I'm ready for it. I've been telling my weather watchers, I'm like, you know what? I'm sick of this cold. Bring on the 90s and humidity.
Rob wants
I will be the first to complain, but I want the heat and humidity.
Rob wants the first 100-degree day in Albany in 80 years.
Listen,
80 plus years.
It's cold,
70 years,
and it's dry. I keep reaching for the hand cream because my hands are cracking.
Shout out Cassie Hudson for letting me borrow some lotion the other day. I mean, my hands are.
It's horrible.
They look like a parched lake.
With that, we're going to go to break. We're going to go grab some hand cream, and we'll be back to talk about Groundhog Day.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit. We'll see what happens. All right, don't go away. All right, Kevin, what do you think about Groundhog Day? I know you did some digging last year.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be on air early next week talking about it again because it'll be going on. But I think last year it happened on a Sunday. I remember we were talking about it.
Yes, because I think my birthday was on a Saturday, and so it was on Sunday.
So I mean, it's fun, and it gets us looking forward to, as if what I've talked about in the last segment wasn't enough. We start looking forward to the warmer days.
So obviously, as the folklore goes, if Punxsutawney Phil or any of the other rodents that you follow, because I know there's many more than Punxsutawney Phil now, see their shadow, that means 6 more weeks of winter.
It's Phil.
If they don't see their shadow, it's an early spring, whatever that means. More winter has happened 108 times, so he has seen his shadow 108 times, which makes sense because of all the camera lights there. And he has forecasted an early spring 21 times. 10 years, there's been no record.
Do we remember
since 1887.
Do we remember what last year was?
Last year was a more winter.
Okay.
And I do remember that verified. So I don't know if this takes into account that. But I do remember I was like, well, I think the groundhog was right. It was cold. The cold stayed along. So I don't think we got a lot of snow, but it definitely stayed cold. But yeah, that's always been my argument, Kev, is how can he not see a shadow? It'd be weird if he didn't see a shadow with all the camera. They get him out at what, 6:30 in the morning?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
It's very early. I don't know if it's that, but it's very early.
It may not be that early, but the poor guy's just trying to sleep.
Man, we kind of disturb him.
What's his wife's name?
I don't know.
Oh,
Rob, you're more
they
invested
have all
in
these
this
names
than me.
now, and it's like I'm sure she's just like, do we got to do this today? Can't we keep sleeping?
Listen, that's me some mornings.
Well,
okay? Sometimes
me too.
my alarm goes off. I'm like, huh?
Me too.
And then next thing you know, I'm
6 o'clock in the morning is early for me, and Kevin's like, that's not
6
That's not early.
6 a.m. 6 a.m.'s early for this guy.
Do we have any thoughts on what's going to happen on Monday?
Well, considering the fact that it's 5 times more likely that there's more winter than early spring, I know what my guess will be.
I don't know. Maybe they'll say he didn't see a shadow because of how cold it has been, and they just want to give people some hope.
Maybe.
I think we gotta go. We gotta go to Punxsutawney, and
it's a nice place.
And we just gotta see for ourselves if the shadow is seen or not, because
we'll be there firsthand.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. If we're not on air that morning, you know where we're at.
It's a Monday, I think?
Yeah.
It's a Monday. Okay. Well, we could.
Listen, I have fun with Groundhog Day. I don't take any stock into what he sees. He's a rodent. That's the way I see him, but it's fun. It's a fun thing. It's been a thing going on for, obviously, since 1887 at least. So,
wow.
It's a long-standing tradition.
They probably believed it back then. That's crazy.
They probably did. And they probably thought he was a witch. Anyways, but it's fun, and next Monday we'll be talking about it, obviously. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Next week we'll be talking about,
And the crew there in Punxsutawney, they go off. They got all the gear. Yeah. They got
those hats.
They got a scroll that they read. It's really cool.
It's funny. All right, just a quick reminder. If you have a weather question or something cool to share, you can email myself or Kevin. I almost talked about me in the third person.
You can email
You
Rob.
can email me or Kevin. Our emails are there. And you might be featured in a future episode. We haven't done any because we haven't gotten any questions from anybody. So I might be doing a post on social media and seeing if there's more coming in. But hopefully you guys have a great week. Stay warm. Later this week it is going to get very, very cold. Overnight lows Friday night. I think 5 to 15 below.
How about
easily.
Tonight?
Easily.
Thursday night.
Thursday night's going to be cold too, but I think Friday night's going to be the coldest of the stretch. Just
so you're
thought.
telling me, I'm not here on Saturday.
There you go.
Mackie, good luck, buddy. Out there on the weather deck.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again next week.